You're listening to Heather's Do Vegas. Join your go-to duo for all things celebrity gossip, reality TV reviews, fashion tips, and of course, all the inside scoop on Sin City.
Hello and welcome to Heather's Do Vegas. I'm Heather Ashley.
And I'm Heather Nichole. Happy fall, Heather. It got cold in Vegas.
Happy fall. I know it's freezing. What happened?
I don't know. We missed the whole 80s to 60s in a week.
I know. We're robbed. And you never know what's going to happen every year. Fall, it could be like 3 weeks, but it's always short. I mean, even 3 weeks is a short amount of time. But literally it was like we had 2 days. And
Yeah.
my closet is still full of shorts and tank tops.
I know. We got to put away all our bikinis now. Not mad at that, though.
I know. Oh, poor bikinis. They're crying.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like it's been forever. Like so much has gone on since I last saw you and since our last episode. Tell me what's been going on with you.
I'm a busy lady. I've been, taking in as many shows as I can. I have 3 more scheduled for this week still. It's only Thursday, I think. Just, a lot going on. Fall is really busy. I enjoy it.
So I have something to report back.
Okay, let's hear.
Well, one, I'm just going to warn everybody. I'm feeling ornery. I'm probably going to swear a little bit more than I usually have, but not as much as probably Heather's used to when we're in real life. So if you have sensitive ears, do what you need to do, put your earmuffs on. But anyway, so remember last episode we were talking about footwear and going to events, be it sporting event or what have you, and kind of the shoe shame phenomena that's out there. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I had a very long day, this one particular day this week, and I opted for one of the shoes that I showed in the episode, the cutie little flat, I wouldn't want to call it athletic shoe, but it was a cute, like a little sneakerish, bedazzled on the heel. Anyway, super cute, from Zara. And it was a long day. And lo and behold, I mean, at first I'm like, I'm so comfortable. I'm like thinking, oh, this is, I made the right decision. I know I'm going to be walking crazy miles today. You know what happened to me, girl? Exactly what I told you in last episode. I got, thankfully, no. That would have been the icing on the cake and the last final thing that happened to my feet. I have a bruise on my pinky. I had to break out my emergency Band-Aid for my heel.
Yeah.
I almost busted out a second emergency Band-Aid for the other heel. But I was like,
I don't know where you keep those things, but you always have them in your bag.
I know, I do. And you know what? It's not even for the stilettos. It's for the goddamn
I agree with you. Yes.
Shoe. My feet. I woke up, my feet were like jacked. I couldn't even put on like my slipper because my poor little pinky toe was bruised. And then I got blisters on the back of my heel. And then I got and I chipped a big toenail. How do you chip the big toenail in the sensible flat shoe?
It's because of where we got our pedicures. I have 3 chipped right now. 3.
I knew you were going to say that, but had I worn my trusty wedges, you know what? But I would have been shoe shamed right out of
heels for life
everywhere I was. So
I wore heels yesterday from 8 a.m. till 11 p.m.
Nice. That's my girl. Going the distance.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, good. We have a fun show. A lot of celebrity happenings. So let's jump right in.
Let's do this.
Our girl, our queen, our icon, our legend, stiletto wearing Madame Mariah Carey. So obviously this is her season. She's the queen of Christmas, and she debuted her wax figure. I believe it's Madame Tussauds wax figure, and I don't know. Have you seen this wax figure?
I have not seen this, but I hold Mimi, in such a high regard because she loves an evening gown. And my personal goal, if you guys look at her Instagram, is to also swim in an evening gown. And I've told this to Heather many times. I want to be able to get in the pool in a full sequined gown and just not care. What is the Madame Tussauds wearing?
She is adorning, almost looks like she's in a snow globe. Um, it's
Oh, so
this
it's a big fluffy
round kind
dress.
of thing, and she's in like a red sequined,
Ooh, red.
sitting, legs crossed. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's probably one of the best wax figures I've seen.
I think they're all kind of creepy, but I still want to
And
go to the one here.
I know it is. I've been. Um, it's entertaining. It's a fun time, and it's fun to like take pictures with the
Yeah.
wax figures. But I mean, it got me thinking if you had to have a wax figure after
Mhm.
yourself, like what would be your pose or
Oh my gosh, I
your
would do
look?
the pose. You actually look at how people pose, and I told you that I copied Robin Dixon, right? With the one hand here and the one hand on your knee. That would be my
Yes.
pose.
Okay. In a
You'll see that
self-portrait dress?
oh, for sure. It'd be a matter of which one I'd want to have on.
Oh yes. Yeah. I would have to just have sequins um in mind. I that's about it would be my only requirement. I mean, you can
Yeah.
have me doing whatever, but yeah, I would
Pink
need to be
probably,
in
pink
sequins.
sequin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking of accessories, did you hear Britney Spears is launching an accessories line
I
called
didn't hear
Be
this.
Tiny. So like B, I guess for Britney, Be Tiny.
Was it on her own Instagram?
Yes, she had it on
Oh.
her Instagram. She did a little announcement. It was very lackluster. Take a look at it. And she had a picture of one of the bracelet situations. I don't kind of what it looked like, but I was not impressed at all.
Well, here's my hot takes on Britney and this whole thing. Number one, the fact that she's doing this, and I'm surprised I haven't seen it. She must need money, right? And I'm always like constantly amazed by. I love her. I don't know if you follow her. She's just what I need when I need like a what is this person doing that, what's going on. She turns her comments on and off, right? So
Mhm.
sometimes she does those videos where she's not wearing clothes and the comments are on and sometimes they're off, which is to me is interesting. But then I read the Kristen Cavallari's take on this, where she said that Britney's clone, and then she was like so daring to say that Britney's team reached out to her team. They were able to message each other. I don't know if you saw the full scope of the conversation. And I thought it was interesting that they put them on a group chat with a manager, which I'm very happy to see there's a manager involved. And then Kristen Cavallari said after the fact, after she messaged her and said, "Hey, when I'm in LA next time, do you want to hang out?" And she didn't respond. Brittany didn't respond. So, you know, I'm kind of still worried for her, but I'm also happy that there's a manager. I think if she's got jewelry to work on, that's good. I'm sad if it's not cute.
Yeah, I did see that convo with her and Kristen Cavallari, so I thought that was pretty entertaining. And I'm excited about they're still making the movie of her from her book, her autobiography.
But they said who's in the front running? Emma Roberts. That's just not spicy enough for me. I need
Mm.
someone that looks like her, or clearly
Yeah,
Blake Lively must
I
not
don't
be getting
see
along.
Emma Roberts in that, but
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah, I know I'm not super excited about that. Are you excited about Giselle Bundchen having a baby with her jiu-jitsu instructor?
I got nothing for you on that other than I thought it was interesting that Tom posted something on Instagram. What a
Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac song. Didn't see that coming. I would never picture him to be all in his feels, right?
Do you think that that's genuine, or is this
Yes.
just so that everybody feels like, oh, what a nice, it plays into his nice guy persona?
I Number one, I don't think he's a nice guy. But I think that she probably caught him off guard filing for a divorce, right? There must have been some ultimatum in there where she said if you play football one more year, I'm out of here. And she actually followed through with it. So he's probably, not happy still about that. If he's posting that, he's not happy. She probably caught him off guard.
Yeah, I would agree. Selena Gomez, did you hear about there were all these videos going around
Oh
about
no.
her possibly being pregnant, and she ended up catching wind of these videos and responded, and it, it's known, I don't think it's widely known, but she actually cannot, she says she cannot get pregnant because of her
Yes.
her kidney transplant
Hmm.
and the lupus situation. I mean, so maybe that's just, it's too detrimental to her body if she were, I mean,
Hmm.
maybe physically she can, but it would be, like a Steel Magnolia situation if she did get pregnant.
I'm
Um,
surprised we've never like run into her in person because in my mind sometimes she's like 5'8" and then sometimes she's like 5'2", right? I can't like when she stands next to Taylor, she's like Taylor's height. When she stands next to Martin Short, she's his height. So
I think
can't.
she's not, she's small. I'm gonna venture to say,
Yeah, I think she's taller.
yeah, really. Okay. What, like
Hmm.
taller, like 5'6"?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Inquiring minds want to know. We gotta look that one up. I loved hearing about this. Olivia Rodrigo. I know you like her, right?
Take it or
You're
leave it.
okay. She apparently was talking about red flags when she's dating or when she meets a guy, and the way she vets out men is
Hmm.
she asks them, "Would you want to go to space?
Hmm.
Or do you want to travel to space?" And if they say yes, she cuts them.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why. I don't know that mine would be necessarily be as cut and dry, but I don't like when men are on social media. So
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know that I ask on a first encounter, but I can see her line of thinking, right? Because you shouldn't want to go to space, right? Or, unless you feel like you want to explore explore. I just don't. It's not
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I suppose if you ask somebody when they're 10 years old, that's a different, completely, the answer, you could take that a different way. But when you're vetting someone for dating, but
Yeah.
I mean, you've talked about men being on social media as a red flag,
Hmm.
but do you have a particular question where, this is line in the sand, you ask them, depending how they answer.
No, I probably should. I want to always be as open-minded as I can be. So I don't walk in thinking of things to say. I don't go from a
Mhm.
script. I don't have a hard. So one person can answer a question one way and you would exclude them, and another person can answer it a totally different way and you would be like, This is the best person I've ever met, right?"
Yeah, true. Okay, I like it. Open-minded. I'm circling back to something we talked about last episode, Liam Payne,
Hmm.
and it's been bothering me since we talked about it, and there's been it out in the news a little bit more and more.
Hmm.
His body has now been released from South America where he passed, to his family so he can go back to the UK. And there's video footage, and even as of today, I was hearing about more raids going on at the hotel where they're investigating the staff who supplied him with the drugs. This video footage actually shows him passed out in the lobby of the hotel with a bottle of whiskey. And it
Prior
got me
to,
thinking,
did you see it?
it was reported, Perez Hilton
Mm,
reported on it.
Mr.
And
Vegas in Vegas.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty reliable. And it got me thinking, all the years, we've lived in Vegas, and how how many times we've seen people in this type of state. I mean, maybe not completely passed out, but we've in the bathroom, coming out, especially when it's pool season and you got the day clubs going on. We debated over whether the hotel has a responsibility for Liam Payne, and
Hmm.
what they saw of him in the lobby, and uh, having him go back to his room.
Hmm.
And here for our listeners, viewers in Vegas, there's really a hard line here in terms of how you can behave in that manner. And granted, this is a different, not only Vegas is a unique animal onto its own, but
Hmm.
obviously this is the US versus the Liam Payne situation in South America. So, you can't quite compare it, but here, I've been in the restroom, and if someone's throwing up, the security comes right in, they get that person, haul them right out of the hotel.
Okay, I've
I
never
mean,
seen that, but I
oh,
will say
really?
last night I did go to another concert last night because I have an addiction, and as we were walking in, the security guard was holding up this guy that was like going like this, and he was had his cell phone in his hand, and he was like the security guard was trying to help him open his cell phone. So I don't know if they were walking him out or calling a ride, but it didn't look good.
Yeah. But it is very strict here, and the
Yes,
hotels don't play.
they do not.
So if you think you're going to go into the bathroom and start, I've actually had witnessed that several times. Sometimes they even close the bathroom down
Well,
and deal with the person. And then at the day clubs with the pools, I mean there's EMS waiting right outside because they know something's going to happen,
yeah.
which uh, it that's a good thing because it obviously, these things are going to happen, and the hotels are right there on top of it to,
Mhm.
take care of it. So, yeah, so just kind of interesting, got me thinking
Yeah,
about,
that's really interesting. But I
you know,
did see to close the loop on this topic. About an hour ago, they arrested three people in
okay.
conjunction. I didn't see who they
Hmm.
were. One said it was conjunction with the drugs that he had, and the other two it didn't have a lot of details. So you are definitely in the right on the path you're thinking here. There's culpability. So
Yeah, exciting week on our reality shows, our Bravo Housewives. What'd you
yes,
think?
I love me some Roni. I'm not gonna lie to you. I completely checked out on this pigeon thing. It flew away from me all the way. I was just like, focused on the mezcal and Aaron. And my takeaway from this episode is I have two major thoughts on this. Number one is I really like Bryn. I do. I just think I gave it some thought, and she's in her 20s, 30s,
Maybe in her 30s.
somewhere in there. But we probably did that too, right? So she just needs to know that she's on a TV show, and if you say something to a group of girls, they're gonna take it to the other group of girls. Okay, so you gotta just watch what you say, right? Say it when you're not on camera.
Hmm.
You'll see her grow because I think she is pretty smart, especially if she's doing an app and she's in tech. And then number two, my takeaway from this episode was they really don't like Rebecca Minkoff. When I saw Jessel on Andy's show afterwards and her reaction multiple times when asked about her she was like full cringe. So I almost think I want to sell my own Rebecca Minkoff. So I might do that. I can post a link for that. But and then I was trying to figure out if I think I'm basic sometimes. I like to wear a denim skirt. That's basic. But I'm always dressed up. That's not basic.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this show is not helping Rebecca Minkoff sell any more purses for
I
certain.
actually think she might go out of business from being on the show.
That wouldn't surprise me. Oh, and I did like Bryn's little dig on her. What did she
Nordstrom
say?
Rack. Yeah, no,
Nordstrom.
I just think there's going to be such a bad connotation
Oh.
with her brand now, and none of the girls like her. So even if she's getting a bad edit, and I will tell you again, like 10 years ago, this was the only bag on Instagram was the Rebecca Minkoff. It was the only bag the bloggers were wearing. Is before we went to the Louis Vuittons, right? Then from
Hmm.
Louis went to Chanel, with a Gucci stop in there. But I don't even know if she's gonna sell. I mean, I could see her chapter 11 next year.
Yeah,
It's just bad PR.
and that look that Sai has in the confessional. I brought this up a couple episodes
They're
ago.
all bad.
She with the gold plate
Oh, they're all bad.
bustier and that thing on her head. She looks like an Oompa Loompa.
The first time I saw her look good this season, and let's say there's been 100 episodes, but it feels like with her looks, is with her smooth hair and the dark lip.
Yeah.
And I was like actually in favor of her having a drink because she seems so tightly wound.
Yes, she does.
She looked gorgeous.
Hmm.
The confessionals, everything else. I mean, I like that she rolled into the last party with the rolling record closed, with the rolling. Bad, they're all bad.
Yeah. I liked her with with the cute little bow, like just that very kind of
No,
cutesy, demure. Oh, you don't like that? Oh, I thought
she
she was
didn't. Her makeup and
adorable.
her dress didn't match that hair. No.
Mm.
Give me a little lace if you're gonna do a bow. Give me something girly, like
Jessel, I can't even. Every episode, this woman drives me crazy. I'm predicting her and her husband are divorced within 5 years.
Okay.
Uh, this woman, she, it's obnoxious for me to see women that just are nagging and emasculate their husbands.
Yes.
It exists in real life.
Mhm.
Horrible when you see it
Yeah.
in real life. And it's not as horrible when you see it on TV, but it's obnoxious. And her
Yeah. I
constantly
agree.
nagging, get me the gift. Oh, we're going to have a baby. I mean, clearly this man just he doesn't really care. And he wants to find his next burrito or his next street taco, take a
Yep.
picture, and go to bed. That's all
Yep.
he cares about. And she, it doesn't surprise me that they call her basic, you know?
She doesn't seem basic to me, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And I'll save this last question until after we talk about Salt Lake.
So Salt Lake, I thought this was probably one of their better episodes. Even though I'm a Lisa Barlow fan, I just think she's in the wrong all the way on this one. Bronwyn might come in hot, but I don't disagree with anything she said. And it's very much that was real drama to me.
Hmm.
What did you think?
Okay, I'm going to beat this drum again on Bronwyn. I agree with you about Lisa. Lisa has clearly taken a stance this season that she's going to be tone deaf and really obnoxious.
Holy shit, Heather.
Yeah.
No more baby gorgeous?
She put your baby gorgeous away because she's tone deaf and totally obnoxious. And she's another one that I feel bad for her husband. He
Oh,
clearly
I'm gonna cry now.
he seems like a really nice guy, and he just seems like it's like his honor to be with her, and she just yeah, terrible, terrible. And so Bronwyn, okay, I she took a beating from me last episode, and she's going to take a beating from me again because I am hell bent that this woman is batshit crazy, and and proving me right once again. Okay, I don't know if my ears deceive me, but when they were sitting at the pool at her Palm Springs house this episode, and started arguing with Lisa Barlow. Did she say, because I was it's like half watching, half listening. Did she say to Lisa Barlow, the minute I go and take a piss? Did she say that? Or a leak?
No,
She didn't say piss. She said the minute I get up and take a leak.
I did not hear that.
That's when they called Whitney Rose.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go back and listen.
me too.
I'm gonna follow up on this because I thought, did this woman just say that I went up and took a leak? I,
Yeah, I don't know. I have one final
I
comment
don't.
because then we have to talk concerts for a minute. Um, I will say this is totally inappropriate, but when they were all in the hot tub, I was like really in admiration of Lisa's assets. I was like,
Yeah, girl. Yeah,
dang.
She doesn't get
I'm
to show them
impressed.
off in Salt Lake very much,
I
so
was
you
like,
gotta,
whoa.
yeah, she needs to come to Vegas and
I know. Bring those to Vegas.
yes, bring those hush puppies here, girl.
Yep. Okay,
Um,
before we run out of time, let's talk concerts for a minute. My favorite thing to
okay,
do.
okay. Wait. I just want to say shout out to Todd. Todd's the man. Todd should be the next housewife. I loved it. He put all those crazies in check, and I couldn't have been happier. That was a beautiful, beautiful moment. So, sorry you're married to Bronwyn, but Todd, you're the man. Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so I have taken in two concerts recently. I went to Lenny Kravitz, and I was blown away at how good he sounded live in person. And then I was able to take in Foreigner last night. Foreigner is, of the Aerosmith, Rolling Stones genre. They sound very similar. The lead singer sounded so good. I actually saw him, the Foreigner open for Styx like 10 years ago. And so I was a hard sell on going to Foreigner over Eagles because I saw Don Henley sing once and I was not impressed. But I want to give just a couple minutes on my takeaways from having seen both these concerts. Um, I think that both of them have a stylist, and I really think, and I've had you go to some concerts with me. The guys that are in these rock and roll bands are putting in more effort for what they wear. So last night the lead singer he had a camo blazer on and like sparkly skinny jeans, and he just looked and like a scarf, right? And then he had the chain hanging from the side, and Lenny had like a full fur situation going around his neck, and he was in black and like royal blue and like skinny jeans and boots and like sunglasses on the whole concert. So they definitely put effort into what they're wearing, and I love it. I think it's great. Lenny had a different outfit on every show because I saw other people posting. So he's like, no, I want a new one. I want a new one. More than the OCs ladies are doing.
As they should. They're rock stars. You're in front of thousands of people. You make millions of dollars. You're mega famous. I would expect nothing less. Where did you see Foreigner?
So
What
I saw
venue?
Foreigner at Venetian, which I love. I think the concert sounds so good with when you're in that first section. I would not recommend sitting in the balcony or the second tier. It's easy to get in, easy to get out. I will tell you guys that they said at the show, and this is the first of their residency, that they're stopping touring, and they're announcing it now. They've been touring 9 months out of the year for 20 years, and everybody I was with, we were 10th row, was like blown away about how good they were, how good he sounded. They sing Hot Blooded and Waiting for a Girl Like You and Cold as Ice, Urgent. They had so many. It was so much fun. We had a blast.
Awesome.
Highly
Did you
recommend.
have dinner down there?
No, didn't have enough time.
Okay.
Went right from work to back out.
Mhm. And where did you see Lenny?
I saw Lenny at Park MGM, and that you cannot go wrong with the sound in that concert venue either. I will say, and Heather and I have talked about this in other episodes. I don't consider the park easy to get into. It's hard to get an Uber in there. It's hard to park in there, but it's definitely worth it if you want to hear a good band. I saw Aerosmith there, and that will be a moment I will forever remember because he's no longer touring. They say he might be done, Steven Tyler. So we'll see. I love that venue. That's where we saw Mariah
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
year.
Um,
Yep.
he's such a classic. I love him.
Yep.
Most important question at these two shows, do they serve straws in the drinks?
So at last night, I had a paper straw and it was falling apart by the end of the show.
Ugh, paper straw. This should
Yeah,
be illegal.
right.
I'm gonna get that on the next ballot.
Well, it's not like you can put one in your purse and have it stay clean, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, I carry some plastic straws in a little zippy bag, and you know,
Yeah.
yeah. I was
But
gonna
we'll
say,
have to do what's in our bag next time so someone can see that we always advocate for bags and bags.
yes, true. That would be, yeah, that'll be a fun segment. We should completely do that.
Hmm.
I'm excited to check out the new Swingers is
Yes.
opening. Swingers Golf Club, mini golf. It's opening inside of Mandalay Bay, so it's an indoor mini golf food, drinks, they have a DJ, and a carnival. I'm not quite sure what the carnival portion of it is, but this is one of a few locations. They're in DC, New York, and London.
It looks
So,
like it
yeah.
opened in the place where they had the club, right? Where Light is
Hmm.
across from. So it's a
Yes.
huge space. I mean, I'm super excited to check it out. I think that would be super fun. Guessing at where Vegas is right now, I would say it's probably like $50 to play. So we'll have to see how that pans out, but let's try it.
I actually looked into it and it starts at 30, which is just the minimum to get you like a round of the mini golf.
Hmm.
And then they have three or four other tiers after that, which then include the carnival. And then the next one includes two drinks. And then their top package is drinks, some drinks, and food.
Mm,
And their drinks are valued at they're like $18 to
yeah.
$20 a piece.
I actually
So
saw I saw some people go already in Vegas that got invites to the premiere, and it
mhm,
looks amazing. So we'll
yeah,
see. Let's put it on the list. It's indoors, so we could go during the December.
yeah. No, it's a good, perfect opening time. And then F1's coming. That's November 21st through the 23rd. And I'm hearing a lot about the hotels, different hotels having free activations. So you can go and just kind of check out, and they're starting before the race even starts, which is kind of cool. So you can kind of get a little bit of taste of the F1, what it's about, and get into it without actually going to one of the races that weekend.
Well, I will say, having been down there last night and close and personal in the situation, it's hard to get around. They have fences in the middle of the streets right now. It took us 50 minutes to get down there, which normally should take 25 or 30. So it's definitely going to affect traffic.
Hmm. Well, that's all for us this time. And you're looking very fall-like, I must say. I meant to mention that.
You are
Yeah,
too.
I've had to put a little animal print on for.
I had to cheat on blue, even though I still have it on my nails.
Yeah. Well, hey, everybody, don't forget to follow us. We're on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Heather's Do Vegas. And remember, Heather's Do is spelled DEUX, Vegas. And please send us a little note. Let us know if there's a place.
Yeah, give us a like, give us a subscribe.
Hmm.
We want to hear what you have to say. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, hey, until next time,
Don't do
don't do
anything
anything we
we
wouldn't
wouldn't
do.
do.
Heather's Do Vegas is brought to you by your hosts, Heather Ashley and Heather Nichole. It's edited by Joshua Ramsey with the Act 3 Agency. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you never miss out on any of the action.